Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shauna Kay, and I am an alternative woman who talks about alternative things. Taboo, off topics that oftentimes make people uncomfortable. But you know, somebody's got to do it, and I'm the right person for the job because I'm very honest and transparent. I just say it the way it is. And I share my knowledge as I learn myself and grow in being a woman. So in this video, I'm going to be addressing my weight loss. It's crazy looking back at all my other videos and seeing how many pounds heavier I was, but the whole thing centering on because I live with a disease and I live with chronic illness. And so when that happens, you naturally tend to struggle with maintaining your weight, and that just kind of goes hand in hand, especially for women where it's more difficult. We fluctuate based on our cycles as well. Pregnancy, mood swings, or what you name it, it affects us. So we might be dealing with a disease, but on top of that, we'll deal with a bunch of other things that comes from having something that bothers you, gives you chronic pain, gives you, if you live in chronic pain, you're going to be dealing with your mood, because who's going to be happy-go-lucky when they're living in pain? So then it's just this trickle effect where it really affects your life, and trying to get a hold of it and get your life back on track is oftentimes difficult. So it took me almost 6 months to lose 50 pounds. And I really had to go on a committed journey in order to see that happen. But it's 10 times harder for people in our situation where we live with a disease and we deal with chronic pain, or we, have whatever it is, you name it. If we're dealing with an ailment, getting healthy is gonna be so much more hard for people in our situation. And sometimes it's near impossible. Sometimes it takes help. And I am not going to bash that, because I would be right there. If I needed it and I had the means to, I would as well. Because honestly, in order to get healthy and lose the weight, it's very important that you do that, because you feel better once you lose weight. And my pain didn't go away. My disease didn't get better. But I feel better. It's like a mental thing. Once I got healthier and I lost 50 pounds in 6 months, it's a difference. But it had nothing to do with bettering my disease. What it did, it was better my mind and outlook in life. And I felt more confident. I felt more secure. My relationship was more healthy. Things benefited from it, not the disease itself. But in order to get here, it took some steps that I'm going to share with you in this video. I look at people who take Ozempic. There's just this huge scandal, and it's actually given to people who deal with obesity as well as diabetes. But there shouldn't be a shame on it. Yeah, I think if you're skinny already, you shouldn't use it for keeping your weight off. But for what it's been prescribed as for people with obesity, people with issues that need that extra help, I think Ozempic's great. Or the gastro belt, or things where they go under the knife to get that belt wrapped around their stomach so they're losing weight and eating less. Those things I do not frown upon. I think those don't make a person look bad if they needed those aids to get to the weight loss goal. I think whatever it takes to get to a healthy state is important, and we all have different journeys. For me personally, it took these things, and the very first one was intermittent fasting. That was literally the thing that did it. Now, I can't just work out like a normal person and start doing the HIIT programs and start jumping around, because my neck will flare up. And so I'm very, very limited as to the activities that I can do. And cardio is very important to lose weight. Well, I'm limited on that. So the big chunk of what helped me lose the weight within 6 months was fasting. And what I would do is I would not eat until 10:30, sometimes 11 if I was able. And when I did eat, I would have healthy meals. Sometimes I had Oreos, sometimes I had just a white bread sandwich. It wasn't always healthy, but I tried to think smart. Okay, apples, some cheese, cheese and crackers. But I am not the type of girl that's going to be bragging about salad and avocado toast and all this bullshit. That's not me. Okay, I have kids. I can't afford. I don't want to waste my money on a bunch of healthy foods because I think a lot of it is just. I grew up in a home where everything was organic. Whole Foods, the original, was right down the street. Right when it even started, my family was shopping there. So my background is extreme, organic, healthy, raw shit. But yet my mother still died young from cancer. So it didn't do anything to help her. And she did everything in the book to try to fight cancer. She was healthy up till her diagnosis. So bad lifestyle wasn't anything that caused it. So looking at that as someone from my side of the aisle, it just made me really annoyed, and I really started looking at healthy foods differently. So that had nothing to do with me losing weight. Fuck healthy foods. It makes you feel better, yes. Not eating white sugar is so important, and you feel so much better. But honestly, it's loads of BS. And you can consume healthy things, but still enjoy eating some unhealthy things. And so I'm all about that balance. And so I would eat moderate to normal, totally normal, up until 6, and I would stop eating and I would drink a lot of water. Now, that was literally what started and kept up the weight loss just from flowing out. The second thing was I was injecting myself with some vitamin B Bio Boost. Now, this is amazing if you've not heard of it. It is a chemical of combined ingredients of things that help in aiding aging, energy, weight loss, just feeling overall amazing and motivated, mood, all of it. But you have to not be afraid of needles. And so I would inject 100 cc's twice a week with this stuff. And it really helped get me to the point where I can do that fasting. I would not have been able to do it without the Bio Boost. And oftentimes people combine that with a healthy weight loss plan, working out, and it does it that much better. But for someone in my situation with a chronic illness, with a disease, and I couldn't just hit the gym, I had to do it this unique way, and it still was amazing in helping with the results. So I highly recommend that if you're not afraid of needles, and if you're up in age and you need that extra energy that you otherwise don't have because you're not young and quick like you once were. I feel you. And the third was doing low intensity workouts like yoga, Pilates, planks, squats. I purposely have two machines that I utilize for someone that has limitations on how she can move. That really started sculpting my body and just enhancing the figure that I already had. And the first one was this chair that's like centered on me, helping to do ab work. Now, I can't just get on the ground and start doing crunches. My body is just, the less groundwork, the better. So what I would do is I would stand up and I would work my abs in this machine, and it gives the results if you do it every day. And I would do this for about 20 minutes a day. And then I would get on the DB method machine, which was created by Khloe Kardashian. And there's a lot of people that hate on this machine. It says it limits your squats, it limits muscles that you would otherwise be using doing traditional squats. But it's perfect for people with limitations like bad neck. Squats would kill my neck. To do a proper squat, it would fuck up my neck. So this machine is perfect for people in my situation that have limitations on their body. And people don't look at it that way. The skeptics that are all gym fit and healthy and otherwise have no issues with their physical body don't even think about how that machine could help people with diseases or limitations. And I'm here to tell you that it's a wonderful thing, an invention. I'm very thankful Chloe created it, because it helps us do squats properly, but with help, with keeping our neck aligned, keeping things properly aligned, and helping a little bit, but you still end up working the right areas. I still get results, clearly, but it helps with certain parts of my body that can't really be like activated as much because it's, you know, limited, and it will most likely cause a flare-up. So those were the 3 things I did to change my life and get it in the direction that it needed to go so I could lose the weight and feel much better. And I'm very thankful to be back at this weight. It's been probably 8 years since I was at this weight again, and that was literally because my life took such a bad turn with my physical health, and I was diagnosed, and then I had neck surgery. So there's just been a lot of things, and I'm happy to be back on track, and it was because of those 3 things. So if you're someone in my situation similar, then I recommend you doing these 3 things to help you get you back on track, because we will feel better. Now, it might not make our disease go away. It might not take away our chronic pain. It didn't at all. And it's total BS when the doctor says you'll feel better if you lose the weight. No, my disease is still going strong. I still have flare-ups. I'm still limited. But mentally, that is what it does. It puts you in a better mental place because you just feel better. And that makes a difference. It helps you cope with your illness. It helps you deal with it a lot better than if you were overweight and sluggish and feeling like crap. It just amplifies your ailment. So I hope this video helps. I wanted to share the secrets onto the weight loss that many of you have noticed. And I still have about 20 more to go before I'm back to my former glory. And I'm taking my sweet time, and we really do, when people in our situation, we really do have to take our time and not overdo it with the goals. Just be consistent, and if you have cheat days, have cheat days. Again, I am not a health nut. I explained to you why. Yes, it's important, and yes, it can make you feel so much better based on what you're eating, and I try to avoid white sugar and white bread, but I'm human, and I know that regardless, life can fucking shit on you and give you some shitty turns, and many people die regardless of being super healthy. So don't focus so much on that, but rather focus on the baby steps and just getting there slowly. It was the intermittent fasting that really did the trick, and I think that was the one that really kick-started the weight loss and kept it going at a steady pace. So I highly recommend that, as well as the injections and those machines that I shared to really get you where you really want to go physically. So take care, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.